I am Luis Carlos Díaz. I'm a journalist and human rights defender in Venezuela. The ICC is our last hope of justice in a moment where the Venezuelans made everything to recover their democracy and everything to see justice inside the country. We don't have any justice system, autonomous or real in Venezuela, so we are putting all our hopes and all our jobs in the universal system, because even Venezuela retired us of the regional inter-American system. So we are hoping a lot about The Hague. Well, first of all, we are dealing with a lot of negationists of the crimes against humanity in Venezuela, because Nicolás Maduro has a lot of friends in the lefty movement in Latin America and Europe, and they have friends in Russia, China, Iran, who are supporting him. So the negationism is really, really bad to us, because even the free press of the world in this moment, they are taking sides, and they're taking side in pro-Maduro regime. So the Venezuelans are seeking for help, are seeking for companion, and are seeking for people who can document and can share our struggle, because the Venezuelan problem is not only from the Venezuelans. We have more 100 strangers, foreigners, political prisoners. They are hostage of the government. So we have people from 25 different countries in jail in Venezuela. That includes 40 Colombians, 20 Spanish people from Italy, Portugal, Netherlands, Germany. And we are not seeing these countries helping us. So the impunity is a high risk to us, because in this moment, the Venezuelan regime are killing people outside Venezuela. They are seeking for victims or human rights defenders or activists outside Venezuela, and they're killing them. They are under persecution. So if you cannot stop the Venezuelan regime in this moment, and I say you because there is a lot of people, if you cannot stop the Venezuelan regime, is going to create a bigger problem in all Latin America. In this moment, you have 3 dictatorships in Latin America: Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. And if you allow to remain in power, it's going to be a regional problem to everybody. And you have another layer. The impunity of the crimes against humanity in Venezuela is an open door to other crimes in other countries, but at the same time is to create new problems, because that government or that regime who do anything to remain in power, they are also trafficking drugs, they're also trafficking humans, they're also doing a lot of black market operation, and that's a problem to everybody. So the democracy, the justice, it's a universal struggle, it's a universal fight, and we need to be in companion, we need to be part of a big community to do it. To combat impunity, you need to support the work, the jobs of the NGOs, the human rights defenders, the victims, the group of victims, and also the diaspora, because we have 9 million Venezuelans outside Venezuela, more than the Syrians, more than the Ukrainian, and we don't have war. We had a dictatorship and socialism, and that big crisis in this moment needs support of the world, because the continent is suffering. We are dealing with a lot of xenophobia outside Venezuela, and we are asking for help, because all the democratic things, all the civic path to change the regime was used. We tried everything. So that's our struggle now, and that's our goal. We need to bring down the Berlin Wall in Venezuela. The survival sense of justice is, first of all, the truth. We need a true story about what happened to us. We have several people, thousands of people who were accused by terrorism, were accused of being anti-patriotic. And there is a lot of people who are fighting for democracy, who are fighting for freedom. So the first thing is that we need the truth. We need somebody to tell us that we are in the right path, that we did the right things. And then you need to naming and shaming to all the perpetrators and even the facilitators of the perpetrators, because it's a system of impunity. So our our fight to come back the democracy and the freedom is also the fight to create a new system, a new democracy. And we have one thing that is really great to us is that Venezuela has a great sense of democracy. We knew the democracy. We were an open and free country. We know that. So we had institutions and we have in our DNA the sense of the freedom, of the liberty. We were liberators in Latin America. So we need to do it again in the 21st century.